Wherever the eyes of the world are focused, whenever history is in the making, she is there, organising events, guiding those new to the limelight, bringing openness and goodwill to all men. In the corridors of power, she sets the pace with a touch of seasonal colour, jetting around the world to bring a message of comfort to the bewildered. Ever ready to share herself with her audience, she puts the glad back into glad tidings and proves that niceness is next to holiness. Interrupting her Christmas schedule to be with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Dame Edna Everage.
It's me. Not a gorgeous Christmassy look-alike. But it's spooky, isn't it, how many people want to be me? How many stars would like to be Dame Edna? We live in a world of wannabes. It's a wannabe world. You know, so many people, I think, become desperately unhappy just because they're not content with a lot, not content with a little persona they find themselves in. Everyone in Australia wants to be up north for Christmas, wants to be in the northern hemisphere, where with any luck there might be snow and holly and a lovely plump Bernard Matthews sizzling in the oven. Whereas, of course, so many of my little pommy friends would love to be in my homeland of Australia, spending Christmas the Australian way. I feel a profane carol coming on, I do. Hot roast turkey on a surfing beach, mince pies trodden in the sand, suntan oil, 4X on the boil, and kiddies cooling off beneath the hose. Everybody knows down under when it's Christmas time, there's bushfires always on the news. Santa rides in a boat, not a sleigh, pulled by dehydrated kangaroos. It might be 99 degrees, and hot koalas could be going off their trees. And if you're swimming after dark, you could meet Rudolph the red-nosed shark. So if you'd like to hear your carols played on a Hong Kong digital didgeridoo, come down south where we know how to say Merry Christmas. Bombs are Chrissy. Ripper Christmas possums to you. Thank you, Lauren. And here is my old friend and bridesmaid, Madge, Allsop. Couldn't you have done something a bit more festive, darling? Look at that frock. The Christmas dress, is it? Well, I suppose it's a little bit seasonal, isn't it? It is really, and what do you call it? Mince pie brown, Madge? Yule log fawn? You know, this this woman, my bridesmaid Madge Allsop from New Zealand, has led to a lot of poison pen letters that I've been receiving lately. Yucky, awful, nasty people have been writing to me, accusing me of persecuting Madge Allsop, and I haven't been. I care for this woman. You name another megastar who has someone on her show who does nothing but depress people. Madge Allsop is the most spoilt woman in the world. She would be destitute without me, possibly absolutely destitute. She is the most pampered widow on the planet. She puts Jackie and Nassus in the shade, Madge Allsop. Anyway, there she is, little Madge Allsop. But I do adore her, I really do, and I'm going to prove that. I adore her, even though she's nearly wrecked my series, and I'm going to go on record as giving Madge a Christmas prezi. For everyone to see. There you are, darling. Every day is Christmas for you, but it's a new frock. Well, don't be grateful to me. You hypocrite. I mean that in a caring way. I don't... Yeah. Open that later. Later. Open it later, darling. Later. Not in front of people. We don't want to see you undressing on this show. I have work ahead. I have unpleasant work ahead, I'm sorry to say. Because the first guest on this wonderful, wonderful special is a person that I've been avoiding for... oh, it seems all my life. When Sir Les Patterson comes into a room, I walk out. We've never been photographed together. Isn't that spooky? Forgiveness is the name of the game at this time of the year, and no, it pains me, quite frankly, to introduce the cultural attaché to the Court of St James, chairman of the Australian Cheese Board, and the newly appointed Minister for Tourism. I'm nonetheless going to ask you, if you will, to welcome, if you must, Sir Les Patterson. You don't have to kiss me. The badge. Who is this, prithee?
What's your name again?
Jackie.
This is Jackie. She's one of my research assistants. I keep her around in case I feel in the mood for a little bit of hardcore stenography. You with me? How's about this frock she's wearing, Edna? Isn't it fantastic? It's made of rubber. She's all rubbered up for this show. My rubber bubber. If I make a mistake on a top-secret document, she just sits on it and rubs her bum up and down. It's a big saving on my precious correction fluid. And I reckon she adds a bit of glamour to this show.
Your opinion is of no value, thank you, Leslie. We don't need her type of glamour on this show, anyway.
You need all the glamour you can get. Look at old Madge Allsop. She's got a head like a half-sucked mango. Let's face it, you're no page 3 girl.
Delightful. That is charming, isn't it, viewers? So that's the voice of Australian diplomacy, is it? And you've flaunted your floozy for all the world to see. Time for our first proper guest.
All the world? Is this show going to Australia?
It most certainly is. It's being beamed everywhere.
Cripes, Jackie. Piss off, will you? Hello, Gwen. It's bloody lonely here in London all by myself.
I'll see he gets home, Gwen, darling. I'll put him on a plane.
Come on, Edna, it's Christmas. Let's pull a cracker.
I wouldn't touch something you're on the other end of.
Fair enough, Jack. You'll be in it, won't you, Jack? Not a first for you. Let's take a look at this, eh? Well, Christ, I cleaned this one up a bit. This is the one about the girl. She's on the desert island. Have you heard this? She's a nudist. And she's on this desert island. And there's nothing else on the island except a donkey, a gorilla, and a wicker. Well, one night, you know, the beautiful moon shining, and she creeps into her open-ended sleeping bag, and it's very, very dark, and she's feeling a bit, you know, a bit restless. And she suddenly, she's aware that something's creeping in the other end of her sleeping bag. Oh, what the hell. And in the morning, she wakes up, and she says, "Thanks a lot, Alan." She says, "But why does your breath smell of carrots?" Well, the next night...
Now, that's it. You've gone far enough, you foul-mouthed, womanising lush.
Oh, come on, Edna. You know, I mean, you guys...
I'm sorry, viewers. Call me old-fashioned if you like, but I had to get rid of that ghastly man, and you poor little waif. What germs that monster must have slobbered all over you. Look over and see Sister Bedge good, will you, sweetheart? She'll give you a blood test and a sming. Quick sticks. And now... a bundle of wholesome energy. One of my favourite songbirds in the whole wide world. A big Christmassy ovation for Lulu!
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. This'll go home where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. Oh, you will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, "Let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly." Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas party. We'll do some caroling and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, "Let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly." The Christmas tree at the happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Madge, the badge for Lulu, please, the badge. Yes. Lou. There you are, darling. I hope I got them round the right way. I hope so. My dearest Lulu.
Yes.
You are a survivor, aren't you? So am I. We wouldn't be on the show if we
I
weren't, would
suppose.
we?
May I say I consider it an honour to be on your show.
Thank
I've been
you.
watching religiously and I think it's excellent.
It is, isn't it? It is. I've been listening to that little voice of yours. I travel about a bit. I hear many accents, many little voices.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like Professor Rex Higgins, was it? In Right Fair Lady. Do you
Yeah.
remember? He could tell where people came from,
Yeah.
even what side of the street they came from by the way they
Fascinating,
spoke.
yeah.
And I'm listening to you. Is there a hint of Australian that I can hear? Because, no, not just because you adore me, and I'm a bit of a role model for so many little mice, but there's a link, isn't there? A spooky old link with Australia. At one stage in your life, there was.
You mean when I was married to Boris Gibb?
Yes.
Yes.
because and they're not actually Australian, but they lived there for many, many years.
They did, the little
And
Gibbs, the Bee Gees.
Yes. They adored you, and they used to talk about you all the time to me.
Was that the reason why the marriage broke up? But what went wrong in that marriage with that little boy?
I don't know. It's very difficult to say. We were both very young.
Yeah.
I mean, I put it down to that because I really don't know what the answer is.
Blame it on youth.
And
Yes,
youth.
I think you can, Lulu. I think so. I'm sorry, you can. Because
You're
before
so
my
understanding, you know
husband,
that?
I am. I'm
So
a bit of a mother
understanding.
figure. Before I married my husband, Norm, there was someone else. There
Really?
was. I've never revealed this, but I feel I can. I can. There was someone else, a boy, a nice type of a boy, and it was quite serious. We were talking, talking quite seriously. But it didn't come to anything. It did break up. I think it was youth, inexperience, and he made me sick. He did.
You're very frank.
Yes, I couldn't stand him, but darling, you're happily married now, my darling, aren't
yes,
you?
I am.
I can
Yes.
see that. We can feel it too. I think happiness is something, that is very detectable.
Okay.
You can hide sadness, but you can't hide happiness, I think so. Like the frock, don't you? Look, do you ever have any hassles with your tassels? Like a duffel coat with wandering toggles. Who is your present husband?
Oh, his name is John Frieda. His name is John Frieda, and he's a hairdresser.
Frieda, isn't that spooky?
Is it?
Because my son Kenny has a friend called Frieda. And he is a hairdresser too. His real name is Fred, but they call him Frieda in the They do. Oh, darling, I'd love your little hubby to pamper my follicles.
Maybe we can organise it.
Do you ever get jealous of the other women whose hair he runs his eager fingers through, do you?
No,
I don't.
I think I might if it was with someone like you, someone elegant and
Darling, no. Sweet of you to say so. You don't mean that. You're just saying it, a stupid woman. No, I mean that in a caring and a maternal way. I do. I mean, when you first did your hair, did you know then, or did it slowly happen?
Slowly. Happened slowly. Yes, I liked him, and then it developed into a relationship. It's rather lovely,
I think
really.
that's nice. You didn't hurry. It was nice and slow, and you kept making appointments.
Yes,
Or was it you found you weren't cancelling? Was that it, perhaps? Aren't I getting on well with this mite? Your hair is very, very pretty. It is your own, isn't it? No.
Yes, actually,
It's gorgeous.
It's my own.
It is,
Yes.
and done by John Frieda. And do you find you get a bit obsessed with hair? Are you a bit
I've
into hair?
always been obsessed with hair.
A little bit of a fetish, perhaps.
It definitely is. It definitely is when I was a little girl.
Pearl, she's a lovely girl. You, Lulu.
Leslie Patterson, I thought I'd aborted you.
Fair enough, Edna. Point taken, Dame Edna. Point taken. If you knew Lulu like I know Lulu.
I'm sorry, Lulu. I'm sorry, but that man has been going downhill for years. I just was speeding up the process.
You don't apologise to me. I
No,
think
with this
he's
wonderful
vile.
technology. He's ghastly. He's on a
Spits over
shoot
everybody.
now. He's on a shoot. He's going to the London Weekend Psychiatric Department. He is. It's going to be cold turkey for Les Patterson this Christmas. We'll take a break while they dry him out. Welcome back Welcome back. I'm adoring this scintillating interview, this in-depth probe, this unforgettable experience that I'm having with you. Absolutely unforgettable, darling. What were we talking about? Your childhood. Now, tell me a little bit about Lulu's childhood. Where were you born?
I was born in Glasgow, in Scotland.
In Scotland,
Yes,
yeah.
Glasgow, yes.
Christmas in that part of the world.
Oh, yes, yes.
What was it like?
Well, Christmas actually is kid stuff. It's all for the kids. What we really look forward to, us grown-ups, is Hogmanay.
Hogmanay.
The New Year.
I've heard of that. What do you do that we don't?
Everybody, well, that you don't. Everybody gets blotto. Completely blotto. They get drunk. And everybody likes to sing at our parties in Glasgow. You don't stand around with cocktails, you know, you get up and you do your stuff. And my father was a great singer, Edna. He used to, as the night would wear on, he'd get more and more inebriated. And he would talk a wee bit slower. And he would sing very slow. He'd say, I'll just sing a wee song. He'd sing, I've lived a life that's full. I've travelled each and every highway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Lulu's father. Darling. Oh. Goodness me.
A long life.
Not again.
A long life. Look who I bumped into in the bar, me old mate, Denis Healey.
Come over here, please, Dennis. Quick, quick. Hello, darling.
Hello, Dame Edna. May I give you a chaste salute?
You may, Possum. Just stand, sit there. Do you know little Lulu, the Right Honourable
Oh,
Denis
Lulu, how
Healey?
nice to see you.
Sit down, darling. Oh, well, I am appalled, Dennis, if I may call you that, darling. I've been calling you that for years, anyway. Oh, the badge, Madge, please. Dennis's badge, sweetheart. Quick, sticks. Yeah. Dennis, I am appalled that you have been mingling with the likes of Les Patterson just because you've retired from the main arena. It doesn't mean you should be hobnobbing with ghastly types like that. He's a terrific letdown to Australia. You mustn't judge Australia by Australians. You mustn't. But Christmas in the Healey home. I want a little picture of it, Dennis.
Well, we have, I think, the basic family Christmas. We have 12 of us in the house. My mother, who's 98, down to little Charlie.
98, your
you
mother
bet. Yes, she's
is
almost
of that
as old.
wonderful audience.
Yeah.
No, please. You don't applaud. It's a number, isn't it? You don't
Absolutely.
just because you don't. Please, I don't like that business of applauding people just because they've reached a certain landmark. I'm sorry, but I don't. My mother, I mean, she's getting on too, but no one claps her, poor miser. Sometimes in the egg and spoon race at the maximum security Twilight home. But you have the family Christmas.
Yeah,
and
it's a
that's
basic thing I think
beautiful.
nearly all our viewers will have. You know, the parents are absolutely exhausted when they go to bed, packing the presents, trying to disentangle the fairy lights and find out which of 120 is the one that's not working and keeping all the others on the blink. So we have a ritual. The kids are not allowed to appear in the morning till we tell them. And then when we're up and we can face the rigours of the day, we all form a line and we go chuff, 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 chuff all around the house. And then they sit down and they have the present. And by that time, it's about 4 in the afternoon. So we have our Christmas dinner, you know, turkey, plum pudding, the lot, and finishing with these little indoor fireworks, which right up Les Patterson Street, you know, you put a little pellet in the behind of a toy hippopotamus and then something comes spoiling out all over the place. And then we finish in the normal way with carols. I play the piano very badly and we all sing round and stand round and sing.
I'm glad the evening ends on a note of normality, Dennis. I must say, I don't like the idea of a hippopotamus doing big jobs on my Not a Chrissy. But I'd love a video of you chuffing around the home. Lovely, but you'd be the perfect Santa, wouldn't you, Dennis? You would make a wonderful Santa. You've got a lovely high colour.
That's absolutely...
It's nice, I like it. I love that cherubic look. By the way, please, when you're watching, Dennis, don't adjust your set. Don't reach for the colour. Because by the time Dennis is looking normal, we'll be in black and white. We will. Oh, no, please. No, I'm sorry. No. That could have sounded rude. It wasn't meant to be. It was caring. It was. But you could be a little bit cheeky, Denis Healey. Cast your mind back. You make up rather naughty, cheeky nicknames for people. Who is Rhonda the Rhinoceros?
Well, Mrs. Thatcher is Rhoda the Rhino. And sometimes the Great She-Elephant. Or Catherine the Great of Finchley. And Geoffrey Howe, as you know, I once compared being attacked by him with being savaged by a dead sheep.
Gorgeous. I suppose you'll be weaving a lot of these stories into your memoirs.
Could well be.
Yes. Well, when you do, my darling, make sure Mrs. Thatcher bans them. That'll make them a success. You go on. When you write your memoirs, though, would you ever use a ghostwriter? Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I think that would be a little bit spooky, wouldn't it?
A bit spooky. My word is catching on. It would be too spooky, a ghostwriter.
I did think once of asking Geoffrey Archer because he had asked...
Well, he could recommend you to a ghostwriter. Excuse I for a moment. Hello? Hello? Security? He's in the building again. Oh, no! Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Edna, guess who I bumped into in the pub? Are you ready, Laurie? Me old mate, Roger Moore!
We haven't met since Moscow. Nice to see you again.
Fantastic, you blokes. Don't worry, Edna. We're going to pick this show up off the floor. It's not going to go down the tubes. You can trust me. Because we're a class act, fellas. A class act. We got something in common.
What's that?
Well, we've got something beginning with S-T-Y-L-E.
St. Isle?
No. There's music to that. You're going to like this, Lulu. You're going to love it, Edna. You've either got or you haven't got style. If you've got it, it sticks out a mile.
A flower's not a flower if it's wilted. A hat's not a hat till it's tilted.
You've either got or you haven't got class. With a large double scotch in your glass. I always feel beauty in a new drip dry suit. I can pass the dry cleaners and smile. You've either
you haven't got charm. Charm and style sort of go arm in arm. If your salts and your cardamom matches, you can eat with the Kinnocks and Thatches.
You've either got or you haven't got flair. If your movements are like Fred Astaire. When you wear these duds with black tie and studs, watch the dolls lining up, single file.
You've either got or you haven't got or you haven't got or you haven't got style.
You've either got or you haven't got taste. It's an art, so be smart and don't waste.
You can be just like them if you've got spunk and phlegm.
Trousers stand out of mind.
You've either got or you haven't got or you haven't got or you haven't got.
Denis Healey! Roger Moore! Laurie Holloway! And the band! Come on, fellas! How about that? How about that, Edna? We really stock it up.
Now let's take a break. Now, since Madge has vanished, not even a badge for you. Oh, here we are, Roger. Here's your little badge. Darling. Welcome to my show, Rog. My darling.
Well, thank you, Dame Ed.
My darling Roger, I'm a wee bit disappointed in you because I thought you were a gentleman. In fact, I happen to know you are, and so are you, Dennis. And to be really in the company that you're in, you're judged by the company you keep. To
What,
do that
Dennis?
number with Les Patterson, you know who I mean. I mean, he's an embarrassment to us.
Well, he is a sir.
How do you know Sir Les Patterson?
Oh, we, you know, I live in Switzerland. I met him in an Alpine bar. He was underneath a St. Bernard. Underneath a St. Bernard. Not Bernard, underneath. It's not like...
What's he doing?
Pardon? He was sucking the brandy out of a bottle. A barrel, you know, a little barrel. In fact, I quite often see him on the piste. You know.
Did you help him or assist him in any way?
Yes, I refilled the barrel for him. And he keeps coming back. He's very popular in Switzerland.
I live in Switzerland and so do you.
It's a small world.
It is.
It's a small
Switzerland's a
country.
small little place.
Yes?
Have you seen me there ever?
No, where are you?
I'm in Cloister.
I don't say Mooney Pond. You say Cloisters.
No, close to my money. That's where I am. My darling Roger, we've been on the slopes together. You probably haven't noticed me because I'm pretty anonymous. I keep a very low profile in Switzerland. People think I'm no, Lulu, I am. I'm rugged up in white minks. I am. I mean, it'd be easier to find Greta Garbo in a New York supermarket than it would be to find me in Switzerland.
Do you use long skis?
Oh, well, look, I don't know what they strap onto my feet, don't they? But whatever they do, I go off on. I'm going off on you a bit at the moment. Or I should say getting off on you, to use a rather raunchy expression. You make me feel a little bit restless. You do, Roger. In your little Swiss hideaway, Possum, who are some of your neighbours?
Well, where I live in Stadt, we have...
Make us jealous, make us jealous.
Well, Elizabeth Taylor,
Oh.
Julie Andrews, her husband Blake Edwards.
Lovely.
Last year, or Joan Collins comes up every...
Yes.
We had... You know Joan?
I do.
I heard she wanted to come on the show.
Oh, she was desperate, but I wanted... I prefer shy people, I do.
Well, we had Frank Sinatra up last year.
A little bit like a remake of On Golden Pond. No, I have to say, no. I do.
That's cruel.
I like older people. I do like older people.
I wondered why I'd been asked on the show.
But my friends are more buzzy Filofax types. They are. Of course, Dennis, you live in England. You don't have any foreign homes.
No.
What about you, Lulu, darling?
I have a very sort of small palace in Ibiza.
You do, you modest mite. In Ibiza. Oh, lovely. I remember when that was fashionable. I do. But how are you planning to spend Christmas, Rog?
Well,
Schemes?
we have a sort of fairly quiet family Christmas.
Oh, lovely.
And we spend it on... well, my wife's Italian, and so our traditional Christmas day in England or Australia, you know, with plum pudding in the middle of the day, happens on Christmas Eve.
Have a pizza, do you, or something?
Oh, yeah. We have stuffed pizza. No, I actually stuff that... No, I actually do the Christmas dinner cooking. It's the one time I'm allowed into the kitchen.
Oh, so you're a little bit of a chef, are you?
Oh, a lot of a chef.
My poor old husband, Norm, you know.
Yeah. How is it?
Oh, well. Not going to be much of a Christmas for him, I'm afraid. But I'll tell you what, it could be the first he's missed. But, I mean, in the past, he wasn't allowed the lovely delicacies. He wasn't allowed them, poor darling, on his diet. I'd have to go into the hospital and I'd let him sniff my fingers. That was as close as he could get. Scrummy, yummy old Chrissy dinner. But I'm very interested to hear that you do the turkey. You do the turkey.
Oh, yes, I stuff the turkey.
You do? Well, don't say that in a silly old way, darling. Don't try and get a double innuendo into that.
I don't deal in double innuendos.
Well, never mind. Be that as it may.
I say it straight up.
You do.
I stuff it.
You stuff the turkey. Fair enough.
And I make the stuff.
Fair enough, you do. Well, is there any secret little Swiss recipe?
Yes, you get a packet of Paxo stuffing. And a little sausage, a little onion, a little more sage. Boil it all up together.
Any
and
little Swiss
up the end.
ingredients?
No Swiss ingredients.
Ah, but still, it's a little bit special because it's yours. You could market this. You could market this. You know little Paul Newman? He's marketed his salad dressing. Oh, yes. Girls adore dressing by Paul Newman. And I'm sure they'd love stuffing by you. I'm sure they would. Don't you? I think so. However... You, Roger Moore, my darling. By the way, my guest is Roger Moore.
That's for the younger viewers.
It is. You would be a hard man to buy for. Life has been... Well, your talent has been something you've cherished, and it's worked, hasn't it? You know, the little lemons have come up on the little fruit machine of your life.
Got
and
away
it's
with
worked. You're getting away with it, yes, I suppose. That's, in a sense, what we do, but there's more to it than that, and it's a lovely self-effacing little remark of yours which didn't fool me for a minute. But what would I give a man like you? I mean...
What would you give?
Pen, a lovely pen.
I have a, if you'll forgive me saying, a Mont Blanc pen, which is in the Guinness Book of Records, because it's It's in a bank now. It's the most expensive pen. Well, it's got a diamond in the end. It's a big, big pen.
You have to keep it in a bank?
Yes, I can't afford ink for it.
Lovely. I happen to know they only gave it to you because you promised to mention it on my show. I'm sure about Mont Blanc. It's called payola, isn't it? Freebies.
Yes.
You'd know all about that, Dennis. But it is. You mentioned things. No, I mean that in a very, very, very polite way, but if you mention things, I suppose if I say British Telecom enough, they'll fix the phone. Well, chance would be a fine thing. However, a favourite toy. I was thinking to myself when I was a little bubba, when Christmas really had a special significance. Did you ever have something as a kiddie, Dennis, that you were given that you can still remember? As a little
I
Christmas?
remember very well waking up in the morning, wasn't allowed to get up till it was light, feeling in the pillowcase, which was the stocking, finding something which was absolutely inexplicable. It turned out to be a John Bull printing set, but all the little rubber letters got into the bedclothes. It took me weeks to put them together again.
Oh, nothing worse, is there, than looking for little bits of rubber in the bed?
You're going to mention a brand name?
No, I'm not going to mention a brand name, Roger.
We'd all get some for free.
Roger, this man... You talk in riddles, Roger Moore. I loved hearing about your darling little exotic Mediterranean wife. How did you meet her?
I met her in Rome.
In Rome.
I went there to make a picture, which I thought was a comedy, and the director thought was a drama. But the one good thing that came out was I met Louisa.
That's beautiful. That is, and it's been a lovely, happy union and a very famous one. I'm sure your skin would have appealed to her. Have you noticed his skin, Lulu? You have beautiful skin.
It's a credit to LWT makeup.
No, that's not true, viewers. The skin is lovely. The skin is called an epidermis, by the way, I found in an old book. I did, when I was burning my mother's things. I found this wonderful old book. A wonderful olden days book about, different organs of the body. I looked up the skin, the epidermis. It is an organ. Did you know your skin is an organ? It's the biggest organ of the body, the skin. It is.
Tell Les.
It is. Well, I'd like the biggest organ on my body to come in contact with the biggest organ on your body. I would. I love contact, skin contact with you.
Pull the lever.
Darling, I would. And I've made something. I'm a thoughtful old megastar. And I've made something, darling, that I want you to slip over your biggest organ. It's knitwear. It's knitwear. I've got it in this stocking. In this bag. Look at this lovely gold lame bag. I've made this. I've got little gifts here. Look, it's in this box. Here it is. Present for you. Have a look.
Oh, are we allowed to open it?
Open it now, Possum.
Oh. Do I have to save the wrapping?
No, well, you might want to wrap something else up in it. For you, Luke.
Oh, God, they're a bit difficult to open.
Look.
Oh, look at...
I knitted that.
Oh, isn't that...
I knitted it on 3-ply. I knitted it on size 9 needles, darling. Yes, I did. But for the cable stitch, don't forget the spare needle without a knob. It's beautiful. Look at it.
Oh, it's lovely.
Hold it against yourself. I hope it fits.
Yeah. Oh, it will. Right
Look
over
at
my
it.
organ. Look.
I knitted it myself.
Thank you. I shall treasure that. I won't put it next to my skin because
Well,
it's...
I bet you've never had a garment like that before.
Not out of yellow barbed wire, I tell you.
Well, I'm going to tell you so. Look what I've given Lulu. I have a little tammy made out of what was left of the wool. Now, look at this. Give me this. You see this thing I've knitted for Rog? He looked at it and he was a little bit, well, he You love it, don't you? But this doesn't ring a bell. I'm going to tell you something, Possums. I found this pattern in an old knitting book in an Oxfam shop. I did. And I copied it exactly. And I'd like you, if you will, to have a bit of a peep at the pattern book I got it out of. Look at this.
Can I see that again?
You have a look. Never mind. Well, you see?
Well,
those old knitting patterns that you used to model for.
we all have to start somewhere, darling.
Darling, I'm not knocking it. I think it's beautiful. And I cherish them, and that's where I got that pattern. And I've got something for you, Dennis. I have, darling. I have. I'm going to open it because your old fingers won't get round it. Look at this. Look.
Oh.
Look at that, Dennis.
What is it?
Now, I have to say, I'm not sure that you'll get the pair to this. This was knitted by my husband. Norm knitted this. He knitted it with his mouth, as a matter of fact. He did. He did. It's part of his physio. My husband is into oral socks. Do you know what he is? He is. A pair a day on 5 needles under the bedclothes, you know? The nurse really doesn't like him casting off under the bedclothes, but he does. All the time. There you are, Dennis.
I'm thrilled. I'm slightly embarrassed because there was a nice lady, Madge, Mrs. Allsop. Yeah, did you get her anything?
Oh, Madge, yes, I did as a matter. Where is that woman, Madge Allsop, anyway? Madge, where are you? That'll do, Madge. You know, Mr. Moore. That'll do. That's quite enough of that. Here she is. Sit down there, Madge.
She was a bit of a frump.
No, I didn't. That she could be a bit of a frump. Well, Madge, darling, you happy? Lovely. Tell me, sweetheart, did you read the little card? No, there was a card in there. I'm very glad you like it, and I'm very pleased that I hired it for you. Unfortunately, it has to be returned to the costumiers tonight. It's needed for a Christmas pageant in the morning, Madge. I've had a lot of fun out of it, haven't you? You have this little New Zealand woman, Madge. You have to return it by midnight, or you'll turn into a kiwi fruit, Madge. I might relent, who knows? What a foolish woman I would be if I let this show end. Roger, Dennis, Lulu and Madge. If I let this show end without presenting something very exciting.
Oh, really?
The Wells Cathedral Choir! Hello, Wells Cathedral Choir! Wasn't that spontaneous? Possums, this gorgeous and rather moving little Chrissy special would not appropriately come to an end without me singing a spooky old ditty. That's what I'm going to do. Take it away, Laurie Holloway. I feel another profane carol coming on. Quite warm. You've all heard of the Christmas rush, but the crowds didn't give me this seasonal flush. I refuse to accept it as menopause. I prefer to describe it you start to fret. I've coined a new Yuletide epithet. When sleigh bells ring-a-ling and kiddies sing-a-ling, it's spooky. Spooky. When trees are white with snow and folks hang mistletoe, it's spooky. Spooky. That's my special word for the feeling that I get at this time of the year. When church bells are pealing and shepherds are kneeling and I'm reeling with Christmas Eve cheer.
There's no chance you'll see a pressie round your tree. It's spooky, spooky.
Just lie there in the dark. You'll soon feel Matthew, Mark, and Lucy. When you're up to your wrist in a turkey and those carol singers come to call, you'll find that Christmas can be the spookiest time of all. Denis Healey. Roger Moore.
Thank you, my lovely.
Mrs. Douglas Allsop. Darlings, all good things must come to an end, and I'd like to say on behalf of my lovely guests in the Wells Cathedral Choir, on behalf of the nursing staff who looked after my husband so inadequately, on behalf of my son Kenny, my daughter Valmay, and my son Brucey, his wife Joylene, and my bridesmaid Madge Allsop, and all here at London Weekend Television.
Give her one for Christmas. See you now.
And on behalf of Les Patterson,